Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your grand final of the Respawn LAN event. We are here at Bandura Latrobe University. We are casting away at Respawn LAN, like I said, and it is nearly 1 AM in the morning. We are finally at the grand final, best of 3 between MTS Esports and proudly sponsored by Centrelink. We are bringing you all this fantastic action. Both of these teams, MTS Esports, ended up getting knocked down by proudly sponsored by Centrelink. They did have the game in their favour earlier on in the first game, but they did manage, proudly sponsored by Centrelink, did manage to come back and make a good fight. The draft has already gone through most of the way. Sorry if you guys like to watch the whole draft, but I've just been running out of things. I'm trying to help my voice for more casting of the game rather than trying to talk to you through the draft. So we'll go through quickly. We were proudly sponsored by Centrelink, has banned out Naga Bat Rider, Nature's Prophet, Queen of Pain, Bounty Hunter. The bans that have come out from MTS Esports are Outward Destroyer, Weaver, Lifestealer, Timbersaw, and we do have one more left. Pickup so far for MTS is Keeper of the Light, Alchemist, Abaddon, and Magnus. And pickups for proudly sponsored by Centrelink is Darkseer, Nyx Assassin, Juggernaut, and Vengeful Spirit. And we are just waiting for the final band now to come out, and it will be Puck. It does look like proudly sponsored by Centrelink do need one more mid-hero just to see what they need. Voice is going crazy. But we are here in the grand final. It did take a while. We did start this competition at about 4 PM this afternoon, and we are now finally at this grand final at 1 AM on Sunday morning. I am here casting. I will not be leaving any of this action unless I somehow fall asleep, smack on my keyboard, but it won't be happening. And proudly sponsored by Centrelink has picked up a Pudge. They did this before up against a Magnus, and it worked for them so very, very well. And the pure damage that comes out from the Pudge is just so much that can happen on that Magnus. Magnus doesn't really have too much life, and he doesn't really want to get it either. He usually goes for the bottle, mana boots, and then straight into a blink dagger. But he really might need a bit extra health against this Pudge, because this Pudge, the flesh heaps stacks will be getting bigger and bigger the more he gets kills and assists that jump on. But we do have an Abaddon in the game. Wonder if he's going to be played as more as a carry hero. We'll soon find out. If we do see a support be picked up here in the last one, Abaddon might be a solo safe lane, depending on the hero choice, and they might send up the Keeper of the Light up to Keeper of the Light, Alchemist, and another support up bottom on the long lane. But no, it looks like Abaddon will be support. Marana, that will be your solo Marana. Alchemist will be our farmer. We will have Magnus that will be going mid, and Keeper of the Light obviously support. And it looks like most likely the Pudge will be the solo mid that will be coming up for proudly sponsored by Centrelink. We're just waiting for all of them to pick up their heroes now. We're only waiting on 3 more actually. 2 more now. We're just waiting for the Marana and the Keeper of the Light pick up, and then once we jump into the game, I'll run through the teams and we can get this action underway for that grand final. Don't forget, guys, I am at Respawn LAN. Go and check them out. www.respawnlan.com.au. They do hold events. Usually they hold them quarterly, and you could always register and bring yourself down to one of these events. There are plenty of nerds. Usually they seat up around about 500 people in the Union Hall here at Latrobe Bandura. But we will quickly jump down and have a quick look. Nada, he will be playing on the Pudge. Fatty is going to be playing on the Nyx Assassin. Infinity will be on the Vengeful Spirit. We have Respawn v28 returning champs on the Juggernaut, and we have So On will be playing on that Darkseer. And on the side of MTS, we have Skitzer playing on that Magnus. We have Lil, who will be playing on the Alchemist. God Bless Murder will be playing on the Keeper of the Light. Dark Horse is going to be the Marana, and then we have Endir, who will be playing on the Abaddon. And it does look like they've all gone quite hard. They've gone for a safeguard in their own jungle. They don't want the block to happen up here because it looks like they're probably going for a safe lane pull. So they're trying to protect off as much as they possibly can, so that way there won't be anything. And it looks like they're going to go out. Keeper of the Light's going to go out. He's going to place a ward up here, and then everyone's going to move off to their lanes because no one's going to be really wanting to do anything. And it looks like there's going to be a safe lane down on here on bottom as well. They've placed the ward out, and off lane. Who's the off lane? We do have a Marana who's on the way down here, so very shortly they're going to know down here with the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's going to be end up farming away down here. And the offlane Darkseer. The Darkseer should be okay down here. You do have a Keeper of the Light. He really doesn't do much. And Abaddon, he doesn't have a stun. He can pump out a little bit of damage, and I mean, like, he's going to force off that Iron Shell very, very quickly with that burst from the shield. He just needs to shield a creep, stand close. The creep stands close. It will survive a little bit longer. It'll explode, and it'll do bonus damage to all the creeps around it. So it's a little bit of good counter push out on the Darkseer, who really wants to try and keep pushing in on the tower. But he has let the ranged creep go very, very far up, so it gets annihilated very, very quickly, so there's less damage. It looks like he really wants to try and hold onto this lane, and yeah, he's gone for Surge first, so he wants to get experience in this lane. Get himself up to the Iron Shell, and I don't understand why he's really done this, because I mean, he's not going to have too much trouble in the lane at all. With the Keeper of the Light and an Abaddon, they're not really going to be able to do too much, and he does manage to pick up a very quick first CS that he's managed to pick up, and it comes all the way down to him, and he is going to pick up another one, and it looks like he's going to be farming down here on this lane quite comfortably. You have a look at the supports, it looks like Abaddon, he does double stack that up, so it's fine. And then you've got Keeper of the Light, who is coming back up from warding down there. Big circles go out, they know what they're doing, they're hanging around in the jungle. The pull goes out now, they're going to wipe off this wave completely, but it doesn't matter. Darkseer's gotten what he wanted. He's up to level 2 now, and he hasn't actually stayed. Yeah, there we go. He manages to put up an Iron Shell, so he's going to be fine now going right ahead. And we go back down on bottom lane. We do have Juggernaut. Juggernaut is down here on the bottom lane. He is, oh god, you know what? I think it might be this. Not really. It's probably just everything chugging on my computer, and that has forced me to miss first blood. But it looks like the Magnus is going to have a rough time here again in the mid lane against. This is what proudly sponsored by Centrelink did last time against MTS when they saw that Magnus pick up. He just went straight in for the Pudge. Just went absolutely ballistic on it, and does manage to pick up a regeneration rune. Will he shock blast? And oh no, he misses, and he does manage to get a bottle out. There is actually a Miranda down here who came in, and oh no, Pudge has already got down. He will have a hook up again in a couple of seconds. Miranda's come down to help, and will he be able to get that hook off? It is only a level 2 hook, so the range isn't all that great. It's only just able to reach over the river, but that pure damage that comes out, it can be quite frightful if you're not ready for it. But Miranda is down here, and he manages to hook straight in on it. Does actually end up getting stunned as well, but the ult does go down. It looks like he's trying to deny himself off just in case, but the Mirana does bottle up. Mirana's last hit does not kill him off with that bottle. Abaddon has now come into the mid lane, and it looks like they really want to try and counter off this Pudge in the mid lane again by putting a couple of supports there, which is going to leave an awful naked top and bottom lane. Like your off lane of Mirana, you really want her down there. You really want her trying to get up those levels down in the bottom lane. Both of the supports are rotated out now, so you've got a free farming Juggernaut in this lane now, and that's going to be very scary for later on. He's already got a poor man's shield, he's got boots, and he's only about another 400 gold off being, not even that, 350 gold off being able to afford himself up those face boots, and so he can hit very early on. He's already got 2 points up in his Blade Fury. It looks like he's put a couple of points up in stats so far, and he's put 3 points in Blade Fury now, so he's getting up there very quickly. Darkseer has managed to pick off the Alchemist up in top lane with the help of the Vengeful Spirit, also with the Nyx Assassin up there. Darkseer has now picked himself up his soul ring. He's going to go back. He's salving himself back up right now, and he's going to be surging himself back down. And it does look like there's a couple of things going in mid lane, and it looks like, oh, there is a shield going down on the Magnus. He doesn't really want to pop that at all. Darkseer is on his way in there right now, and it looks like he is going to surge himself down, and he does break the shield, and now he's going to just chase him down. The heal does come out, and the stun goes up the hill from the Vengeful Spirit, and that's another kill. 4-0 right now by proudly sponsored by Centrelink. And unfortunately, as close as they're all getting, MTS is just not able to get up there and do the damage that they need. They're able to get the last hits. They almost had Pudge in mid lane at one stage, but they weren't quite able to do it. Keeper of the Light, only level 2 so far. Actually went very early in Mana League. Hasn't gotten anything in Chakra Magic. You think you'd get that Chakra just because of the plain and simple fact that Abaddon's going to be spamming a lot of abilities. So is Alchemist. So they're going to need it. And I mean, like, if you give that mana, if you get that mana over to Abaddon, he can just keep spamming out his Q and get that heal up on anyone who's taking any damage or harassment in lane. And there you have a look over, and Darkseer is already onto it, already chasing down that Alchemist and doing big amounts of damage. Only has a Quelling Blade, hasn't got anything. Picks up a Hand of Midas recipe, and I don't know what he's trying to plan on doing with a Hand of Midas recipe when he's already so far behind. I mean, like, sure, it might help him get back into the game a little bit, but he's not gonna. Shads is never better. Shads will never be better. Shads doesn't cast enough to be better. Just saying. But back up here in the top lane, he is only 150 gold away, less than 100 now, from picking up that Hand of Midas. But then he has to get in the side shop. He can pick it up now if he wants to, but he has to get over to the side shop. And there is 3 here just waiting for him, just waiting for the moment that he wants to try and come out. And did he buy it from? The courier's already coming out there. He should have really just bought it from base. The quicker he can get that Hand of Midas out, the better it would be. And there goes the stun right now. And the Darkseer comes through. Another stun, follow-up stun from the Nyx Assassin. And he does end up going down. Did he manage to buy up that haste? Yeah, he did. He bought up the Glove of Haste while he was in the process of dying. So he didn't lose out too much money on it. On the way down to pick up a rune is the Magnus. He has got himself up double damage room at the moment, but that's not going to really worry Pudge too much right now. Pudge already got a couple of stacks up on those Flesh Teeth. He's got 1 kill, 2 assists. He's going to be perfectly fine. Has picked himself up an urn now as well, and like the Magnus is just sitting back trying to harass out with that Shockwave. It is level 3 now. He's going to be able to farm up pretty okay with it, and there we go. Next one up. He's going to try and, yep, last hits that creep. He's going to have to try and last hit this one as well. Does end up missing it, unfortunately for him. Really needs to try and get back on top as much as he can. But and Morana looks like she's actually gone back down into the bottom lane, farming back up against the Juggernaut. Juggernaut just being down here. He has to have his phase boots up, has another 760 gold. Not sure exactly what he's going to be going into. There's so many different Juggernaut builds these days. You can go Soul Boot, but it does look like there's an ultimate going off. Where it is up in the top lane, does manage to pick off the Abaddon. Surged up now onto the Alchemist and does manage to just hook him in perfectly well. Does pick up a double kill now. Does pick up a double kill. He will be slowly wandering his way back down into the mid lane. Has got enough. Picked up his magic wand. Has a bottle. Has an urn. Basically has everything he needs. I wonder if he's going to go just straight into boots travel instead of like strength trades or phase boots. But he is going to come straight back down here. Pick up as much of this farm as he can. I heard an arrow go off. It looks like she was trying to pick up that vengeful spirit, and Shaz heard my comment. Poor bloke. Poor bloke. Doesn't cast enough to be better. And the hook straight over into mid. Pudge manages to pick him up. You never stand still when there's a Pudge around. And gets the ult off straight away. Vengeful Spirit helping out there with a couple of right clicks. Just annihilating down in that Pudge in mid. It is 8-0 now. There is no answer for this proudly sponsored by Centrelink coming up. They've just come out of this game absolutely flying, and you have a look, there's 4 people standing up in top lane. Pudge knows it too. He's walking up there, he's like, I want one, I want to hook one, I want their faces, I want to rip them off with my hook right now. And we just go around. We're going to follow this Pudge just for now, because there goes the hook. He manages to pick up the Keeper of the Light and just absolutely annihilates him straight away. Has picked up enough for his treads now, and he's going to do it. And look at the hiding already. Alchemist as well as Abaddon are just sitting back and hiding. They're going to come down. They're going to pick. And the Surge in. And there's the Alchemist. He knows where the Alchemist is. He's faking the hooks out. And he just goes straight down. He's just going to ult straight on. And now, a little bit of trouble for the Abaddon. He's really in a bad spot. Abaddon has now paused, and wow. I don't know what is going on at the moment. But Alchemist has managed to pick up. Oh. I did not see the DC. But there has been a kill now. Who got that kill? Juggernaut destroyed a power. I don't know where that kill randomly came from. One of them must have died somehow. We managed to pick that up. We'll go through it. It looks like the Marana actually picked up a kill, and it was on Fatty, the Nyx assassin. Down somewhere. But the Abaddon looks like he's going to be in a lot of trouble now. There is a TP coming in up on the top lane. It is Keeper of the Light, but Keeper of the Light is just basically going to be TPing into his death. This Pudge is already so very, very strong, and there's not much you can really do about it. He's basically going to get hooked in by the Pudge. He's going to get a bunch of damage done to him very, very quickly. You got a stun out from the Vengeful Spirit. And no, it looks like they actually want to back off now. And the Venge doesn't. Oh, and big hook comes out from the Pudge. Absolutely massacres that. And it does look like the Keeper of the Light did stop his TP. Marana is coming up to the top lane, but you don't want to do it. You know there's a Pudge there. You know he's hitting his hook really, really well. You really don't want to TP into that lane. But it does look like they're all coming up to defend top. But these guys are just backing off. We do have Pudge. Pudge is now going down in the mid lane, but there's no one hanging around there. There is one, though. He is coming up from he is in the mini golems right now, and he's going to be picked up. Pudge has got him. He is just going to hold down on him, and Alchemist still hasn't even hit level 6 yet, and he's getting absolutely massacred by this level 8 Pudge right now. There's nothing they can do about it. They are up at top lane. They are going. The Marana has popped the ultimate. The thing here is going to pop the ultimate, but they have actually dropped a sentry ward down there, so they can see them all. Keeper of the Light is trying to get down as much as they can. Marana will go down next to Saxon to pick that out. Reverse polarity goes out. The Carapace wasn't quite in time, and we do have the ultimate still going down. They will come out of it now, and this Pudge is just basically going to go, hey guys, I heard you like my hooks, and just get absolutely ripped apart. But it doesn't look like that. Pudge looks like he's going back down in the mid lane. So we are 13 for 1 right now. And Pudge is just steamrolling through completely. Like, have a look. He hasn't even picked anything up from his stash yet. He's got enough for his treads. He's picked up a ring of regen. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to be building that into. He might be trying to get tranquil boots just so he can have the bonus health regen and the armor from this team. But you see the circles just coming out from the Pudge. They know they're all hanging around up inside their jungle. Keeper of the Light is up here, but there is one going out the mid. It is the Marana, and Marana doesn't understand that Pudge is invisible right now, and he's just going to walk up and ult this Marana in a second, and she's going to have no idea. And oh, if she moves too far back, he's going to grab her. He's got her. Oh, there we go. Oh, Willy hook, Willy hook, Willy hook. No, and he ends up missing the hook. Go straight between the two of them. So unfortunately he does miss that, and an arrow comes out now. Let's follow this arrow. It does hit on the Pudge, but Pudge way too tanky right now. 9 stacks already on Fleshed Heap. He's got 4 additional resistance to spells and 9 bonus strength right now. As that goes up, he's going to get more and more of bonuses. Like the magic resistance stays as a stock standard, but max level 2.5 strength for every stack. He's already up to 9. I mean, like, that's 18. 4.5, 22.5 bonus strength already, and we're only at minute 12 in this game. We will be shooting up though, having a look around. The courier did come down, did manage to give someone something more. Some sentry wards coming out. Keeper of the Light has got 1 ward. There's not even boots on like the Coddle yet, so this is very, very bad. Alchemist does finally have boots, is finally level 6, but I mean, like, he is so far behind the 8 ball. We have a look, and there's fake reverse polarities going off. We have a look at the experience graph. It is 10,000 at minute 12. Over 10,000 at minute 12 is the gold earned. This is ridiculous, and it's like 7,000 or what? That's about 8,000, and I just heard a hook go off, and there we go. We see the Pudge. He manages to pick up the Alchemist, and the Alchemist just gets absolutely annihilated right there. Keeper of the Light Blast just goes straight over the top, and they don't really care about it. Even right now, you've got the Vengeful Spirit. She really doesn't care about the Coddle Blast that's coming over the top, because Coddle is so low right now. He's only got 1 point in Illuminate, and there we go. I heard the Vendetta goes in, and they've already found him. And oh, they're forcing him away too early. Really get the Vendetta hit off, and he does. And he's going to let the stun throw through, but the shadow does go through, so they're not going to be able to pick it up. They have dropped a sentry though. A Keeper of the Light will go down. And a nice spiked Carapace goes out onto the the Magnus, and he's not going to be able to do it. And there we go. It ends up popping off, and oh, look at Pudge. He's just sitting there. He's daring them to try and come out. And oh, what is that range on that hook? He's just out of range at the moment. He really wants to try and get that Magnus. He's moving into position, and he will pick up that Magnus, and Magnus is so dead right now. You never stop moving if you know there's a Pudge around. It just means your own death. And he's got another one. He's got a 4-star recipe now, and it looks like he just wants to buy himself up. He's only about 60 gold away from that. So the moment he can get one or two kills on these creeps, 46, 312, and there we go. He's got enough for his 4-star now. He's going to be picking it up. And Juggernaut, the whole time, Juggernaut's just on this bottom lane, 101 CS. He has nothing, but the GG's already been called out. 13 minutes and 53 seconds. GG to proudly sponsored by Centrelink. Absolutely smashed it down in this. Don't forget, guys, this is a best of 3 grand final. There is at least one more game in this. Proudly sponsored by Centrelink versus MTS. Who's going to take the title? $500 for the winner of this. I am Gamestah's RagnaroK. I am here bringing you all the action from Bandura Latrobe University at the Respawn Land. Don't forget, guys, to go over and check out Respawn Land at www.respawnland.com.au, or you can also check out any one of their sponsors. They are sponsored by Thermal Take Esports as well as Gigabyte. Don't forget to check out our sponsors here at Gamestah, ozgamers.net. They just have an absolute blast with anything you need that for your hosting needs. Go over and check those guys out. I'm Gamestah's RagnaroK. I will be coming up shortly with Game 2 for you guys.